Good morning, everybody, and welcome. Today we are going to cover yoga essentials, yoga fundamentals, and just a couple of items. You don't always have to have a yoga mat. Mine is at the gym, but it's a great thing. So if you've got a yoga mat, roll it out. If you are completely new to fitness, today this is going to be safe for you. But if you've got true back issues, recent knee or hip surgery, then I want you to go and look up, for example, Silver Sneakers offers seated yoga or restorative yoga, a lot of times is what you'll see it branded as. Another really great tool is a yoga block. And so feel free to grab a yoga block. If you don't have one, then a nice, like a thick, fat, like Harry Potter or like a dictionary can be really helpful. In fact, the more practiced and strong I become in yoga, the more comfortable I am using blocks. And so they're not a crutch at all. On that end, and on that theme, I wanted to share with you really quickly two of my favorite books in general that have helped me to get in shape. This book by Stacy Sims is called Roar, and I cannot recommend it enough. It's all based on how do you build muscle and get strong according to like your period, and how estrogen is not testosterone. We are not little men. And this has really, really helped shape me. And all of her podcasts, she gives away almost all of the information. So highly recommend this. Really, really great by Jonathan Baylor. This book, The Calorie Myth. Basically, eat vegetables. And there's no gimmicks to this. And it's how to feel full and truly nourish your body. And it has really helped a lot of people. So anyways, books for you. In the comments, maybe write some books that have really educated and like shaped some of your thoughts and behaviors around health. All right, have your yoga Harry Potter block nearby. We are going to begin seated. Across the leg. We're going to begin with the breath. And I want you to think of today almost more of a yoga workshop than like a full sweaty workout. But what I'm going to share with you today has completely shaped how I practice yoga, and yoga has shaped, not just my arms, but like my strength truly comes from yoga, and my ability to do what I do in my other classes has come from practicing yoga. So consider taking it a little bit seriously. It can really, really bless your life. I'm going to begin with the breath. We're going to take our hands to our belly and go ahead and close your eyes right now. And close the mouth. We're going to breathe in the nose and out of the nose. Keep the eyes closed. We want to draw the air all the way down to the bottom of the belly. Let's take the left hand up to your heart. You might feel the rise, fall of your chest, but we'd really like to feel the rise and fall of your belly. Now, women in particular are kind of notorious for being chest breathers. But when we breathe just up into the chest and shoulders, that cuts off 60% of your oxygen intake. You're only getting 40%. Think about that in the middle of a spin class or when you're dealing with a really stressful conversation. The amount of oxygen that's not getting to your brain. Now both hands back to the belly. And this time we're going to open our mouth. Pretend like you're fogging a mirror. Like a window, like on a cold spring morning. Go. Then you can write your name in it. Okay, make that same noise and feeling the back of your throat with your mouth closed. You want this deep guttural breath to pass along the back of your throat. This shows you that your diaphragm is engaging and the breath is making it clear to the base of your body. A very shallow breath causes CO2 to build up into your bloodstream. I might be wrong about the chemical formula, but whatever we breathe out, those are toxins. They really, truly build up. We want pure oxygen exchange through your blood. Extend the arms out. So our next yoga principle here is in your limbs. And when we move, we want to move deliberately. We call this heart center. Pressing the hands together. Let's do that 3 more times. Now a rubber band, to stretch it, you need to pull the ends of it. So to stretch muscles, we need to really pull. But we just don't pull a rubber band in one direction. We need to pull it in 2. And muscles originate and they insert. And so we need to pull where they originate down and where they insert out. So you feel tension through. That breath go against the back of your throat. 1 more. Can you take your muscles to their longest point, a point of slight discomfort? Heart center. Now the head, we want to let it fall heavy. Next yoga principle is that of surrender. Really let the neck fall. Take it over to your right, and now let it fall. Surrender the weight of your skull and your brain. When you can let go and allow gravity to assist you, gravity wins, and it weighs like a billion pounds. And so to truly stretch, when we work with gravity and not against it, you can take the temple right here and just set your skull right on the top of your spine. You'll be able to go places you normally cannot. Let's come to all 4s. Breath. We breathe low and deep. Inhale to rise up through the core. Next yoga principles, we move through the core and cat, let the head hang heavy. In cow, splay the collarbones, reach the body through. Inhale, purposely push through the floor. Next yoga principle, the floor is a tool. We push away. Exhale. Now here, opposition, pulling your collarbones apart. Child's pose. Friends, I want you to have the courage to come here at any time. Knees go out to the edge of your mat. Set the forehead. Now I'm going to talk to you and come out of it. You stay in the posture. In your child's pose, push away from your palms. Walk the fingertips out so far your elbows come off the ground. Wrap your tailbone, your spirit tailbone. I know it can't really do it, but wrap that tailbone around your heels. Begin to feel, stay there, stay in child's pose. Engage the breath. Open the rib cage against the thigh. Exhale, it contracts. Feel your ribs push into the thighs. And they pull back. Next yoga principle, your body offers terrific landmarks. One of the reasons why yoga, take 3 more in child's pose. Yoga has influenced the rest of my workout so much is because of the body awareness that it builds. So use the other parts of your body to help teach and guide you. We rise to all 4s. Take opposite arm and leg. Now you saw this in our last workout. I really love it as a warm-up. We draw the shoulders back. We lift the hips up. We inhale in. And as you exhale, opposition. Find the opposition. Go as far as the limbs will let you. If you need something more muscular, you add hand weights in any way that you know how. go. Not the teacher. This isn't, you don't have to do what I do. This is your practice. So you go as long as your breath will let you. In the beginning of a practice, we move 1 breath per movement. Then we move to 3 to 5 breaths. You reach high and you set spinal balance, other side. Here we're prepping your spine, your abdominals. We're training to move breath to movement. Inhale, exhale. Another reason why we do that loud breath, that fire breath, is that it increases your body heat very quickly, and that will let your muscles become more pliable. One more. We set. Moving child's pose to modified plank. Child's pose. Exhale. Inhale, find modified plank. So, shoulder, hip in alignment. The energy of plank is forward. So we're not holding this triangle geometry shape. But yoga is made of energy, and I'm going to charge my heart through my shoulders. I pull my abdominals up into my back. You're here for 3. Opposition. Shoulders plug back into collarbone forward. Palms are pressing into your mat. I'm dragging my knees inward as if I could rumple this carpet. Child's pose. Exhale. Inhale. Engage back. 2 more of those. Inhale. Really pull the palms. Charge your energy. We sit back. 1 more. We rise. From here, we lower. Note here, elbows down to your side. I know it's hard and you're thinking you'll splat, but that's where we're headed. It's okay to splat. We slide 11s. And here, the same principle. Rather than just bringing our neck up, charge the energy of your heart forward through the shoulders. These collarbones, open them up. Your whole forearm, press them both deeply in and back through the mat. We're going to bring the thighs together, the tops of the feet to touch. The abdominals pull on. This is called Sphinx, and it is a legit option. We're going to check traffic side to side. Gravity, let the head fall heavy. Surrender the skull, roll. Okay, you come here at any time. It has a partner. We're down. We slide the hands back. Let's begin to prep the spine. We lift, inhale, exhale, set the forehead down. Reach the body forward rather than up, down. You have the option now to lift one leg, push into the carpet. Now listen to your back. If this is a lot of work on your back, you stay one-legged. If not, maybe two-legged Shalabhasana. Here, locust, we lift the legs. Now, arms, we go opposite arm and leg, pull long, pull apart, the rubber band principle. Again, opposite, we rise. Maybe both, but not too much too soon. Listen to the body as you lift. We're here for 3. Plug the shoulders back in. Thighs draw together. Squeeze the backside. 2. Child's pose. Knees wide, arms engaged. All 4s. We find our first downward facing dog. We curl the toes. The knees stay bent. Thumbs, the padded part of your thumb knuckle, right in the palm, strongest portion of the hand. The fingertips are actually really strong. Don't be afraid to really push through the hand. We walk the dog, one heel and then the other. There's a lot going on in downward facing dog. Child's pose is an option. Here we warm up a little bit. We're gonna look forward, we're gonna bend the knees and bring them forward. Now rather than shoving the tail back, watch my abdominals. I push my abdominals back, pressing your rib cage to the thighs. There's your landmark. Do that 3 more times. We drop slightly. Inhale. Exhale. Your elbow pits, these creases, round them forward. Inhale. Exhale. Well done. Points of opposition. Come with me. We push the shoulders away from the wrists. We hike the tail up and back as high as it will go in opposition to the heels down. These are your quads. You can begin to fire them up, maybe straightening a little, maybe not. But head side to side. We look in between the hands. If you know how to hop or jump, take that. Otherwise, you step right here behind the wrists. Now, this is a great place to start with your block. The block is not a crutch, it's the earth, and you just bring the earth a little closer to you so you can reach a point of a flat back. Spine, skull to tailbone is long. We bend the knees, you fold the arms, and now you fall ragdoll down. Surrender. I'm going to break, you keep in ragdoll. Really let yourself feel the heaviness that's created. Surrender the arms. They're in this kind of reverent hammock right here. Let it fall heavy. Let your head just dangle like a piece of heavy autumn fruit right off of a tree. Surrender the weight. Bend the knees generously. You've got the landmark of those ribs kind of inching their way up the thigh. Do an experiment. Take the body weight slightly forward. See what that does to the backs of your legs. Take the body weight slightly back. Lift the toes, separate, and splay them. Let the hands now just fall to the earth. We walk the toes together, great toes to touch, block or no block. We find halfway lift. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. Inhale. Opposition, tailbone versus skull. Pull long. Reverse swan dive. We lead head first. You reach, then adding arms, and we rise. Heart center. Great toes to touch. Opposition. Take the muscles to their longest point, even in these simple postures. Friends, forward fold is really important. Do this with me. As you come forward, put your weight into the balls of your feet. Now, you should almost, in fact, do this against a wall. As you come down, oh yeah, like your glutes are gonna touch, and you're almost afraid you're gonna fall. And so you're gonna have to get super strong through your quads, through the core so that you don't fall. Bend the knees as much as you need to. We reverse it. Inhale, head first. And now, core has to take you up. I discount, I've done literally thousands probably forward folds, and I have been missing out on it until a couple months ago when I really learned how to master, and now it's one of those difficult exercises I do. Here we go. Rise. One breath per movement. Body weight forward, forward. The mistake people make is they do this. No, no. Keep everything right there. Halfway lift. From here, abdominals pull in, chair pose. We roll the shoulders back. We lift the arm, plug the shoulders down. Thighs pushing together. Imagine I come to you and I go right there, right at the core. It isn't that we jam the tailbone under, but that you pull the core in. Now look at those knees. Are they back over your ankles? I know you've been here forever. Roll the triceps in towards one another. Get so long. You're here for 2 more. Exhale, go deeper in each yoga posture. Inhale, you garner strength. Exhale, you challenge, and you rise. You're out of there. And swan dive. So you forward, forward, fold. Halfway lift. Left foot lunges back. Knee over ankle. Again, a block here can be such a good friend, bringing the earth just a little closer. We drop the knee, you rise, and curling the back toe. Couple of ideas here. You're here 5 breaths. You need to engage opposite muscle groups to stretch them. So if I want to try to stretch this hip, then I need to work through the hamstring. So I'm going to lift up and out of this hamstring. See how that brings my knee back over my ankle? But I'm going to lay the hip forward. Rotate the inner thigh in. That's going to pull the muscles like a barber pole. Lift up out of the arch of your foot. We take a big reach. We frame the foot. Here we go. Block maybe for support. We lift the back leg. Outside, my left foot is forward. My left arm comes up. I draw back through my shoulders. So principle number 600 in yoga. Don't stretch your armpit. Your armpit, it's awesome, right? This is what needs wrung out and flexibility. Take an arm out to the side for me like a wing. And now track it back, but not because you moved your arm, but because you moved your trunk for 3. The further you move your eyes, the further you'll twist in any twist. Good. Spiral that back thigh in. Well done. Step back into plank or modified plank. Hit a real plank if you're doing the full. Find the opposition points. Or you drop your knees. Inhale, halfway drop. Low plank. Energy, scoop forward, roll up. Now maybe you're pulling so far forward in the heart that you've got the knees lifted. The toes curl. Now rather than using hip, abdominal pushes, abdominals push you back. You bend those knees generously. Big breath in. Open mouth, let something go. Left foot comes forward, frames the hand. We drop the back knee, you rise. Engage arms, plug shoulders in. Align, hamstring up. Arch of the foot comes up. Oh, did I lie? I have this on our wrong side again. I owe you. I'm sorry. Switch legs. I always tell my classes when I mess up sides, I owe push-ups. So, forward. Okay. Lift the hamstring. This will help you come out of your low back. We're going to start focusing on that for the next 10 minutes. Rolling, arms in. Thigh rotates in. And you get longer in your side bodies. Side bodies. Now if I plummet in here, I collapse the back and it pinches it. But what if I pull long out of my rib cage? And that's going to free your back and allow your abdominals to do more of the work. Inner hand finds the arch of my foot. I open. Maybe you lift the back knee, maybe you don't. This is not a competition. So arm to the side. Now rotate back further through the core for 5, 4. Use each exhale to twist. 2. Prepare yourself for plank. This group of moves is called Chaturanga Dandasana. We push back through the shoulder. Lift. Drop the knees if needed. You flip the foot. We drag energy forward. Exhale. We drag energy back. Find the opposition points. Feet are hip width. Hands are arm width. We bend the knees. We push back. Looking forward. Step or hop behind the wrists. Great toes together. Halfway lift. Exhale. You rise. Inhale. Head first. Pulling arms strong. Push down through the floor. Use it as a tool. Get those side bodies long out of the back. Heart center. We find chair. Inhale. Rise. Exhale. Squeeze. Abdominal and shoulders back. Friends, pretend, like put your arms just right here out in front. And the way to get your arms higher is not to lift your arms. Lift the heart. Squeeze the thighs together. 3 power breaths. Rolling the triceps in. Chaturanga. You are out of there. Halfway lift. Remember, we got that weight forward, hop, step, or jump back, or take a walk. Drop the knees if needed, or do full if needed. High to low plank. Upward facing dog, or sphinx. Downward facing dog. Big breath in. Big breath out. Feel free to go on all fours. We reach a leg back. You turn your hip open. So here's the principle of surrender. Let's take a leg. The weight of your femur is a lot. It's like 30 pounds, okay? 20, 30 pounds. Let that weight come back. If you're capable, if it's in your practice and you can be in, down dog, I want you to lift your right leg. Lift it high. Bend the knee. Turn the hip open. So I'm letting all of this body weight right here fall back, my heel towards my backside. Draw a circle with your knee. Now my yogis that are well practiced, I know you've seen this before. This is a workshop today. Just hang in there and be patient. Place some of that body weight back in that right hand. Stepping. Right foot to right hand. Warrior 1. We drop the back foot at a 45-degree angle. You rise. As you exhale, plug the shoulders down. Knee over ankle. We want to draw the left shoulder forward. As you do, you'll draw your left hip forward. So, here. Pivot. Down, like we did in our lower lunge before. We sink, knee right over ankle. That shin is straight. Now pull weight up out of the hamstring. Couple of ideas here. We're constantly moving. You're rotating your spine. Exhale down. Could you get longer in the side body? So here's me compacted. And now I pull up and in, and that frees my low back. But Dawn, this is kind of getting hard. I know it's supposed to. Warrior 2. Heart center. And then we open up, and we become 2-dimensional. My heel intersects my arch and back. Arms are long. In fact, grab a wall, get your hair caught in a wreath that's left over from fall, and this could be done flat against a wall. Principles of opposition. We have head in opposition to the pelvic floor. Get tall. Vines wrap around your wrist, pulling apart. Exhale, low. Knee tracks over second toe. Your feet physically pull apart from one another on the mat. You have 3. Good. Engage through the quad. 2. Keep that leg low. Commit to the knee. Bend. We reach back. Really reaching the elbow up for your ceiling. Here, the side bodies for 3. Commit to that knee. 2. Get big. Forearm sets on leg. We reach the arm. Principle of full twist back. Now bicep over ear. Get down into that knee. Opposition. Press the arm into the leg to get opposition to twist your spine. Back. Option to come down to the earth. Onto a block. You have 3. You have 2. I can't keep you here all morning, so unfortunately this has to be a little bit of a shorter practice. I know we're layering a lot. Woo! Reverse triangle. Straighten that front leg. Triangle. Ha! Leg is straight, but we don't want to lock your knees back. Ha! Flush against a wall. We reach the arm across as far as we can go. Barely set the hand. Reach, looking up at the thumb. Now, a couple of things in triangle. You barely want body weight or bend and set. It's okay to modify. Now, do you remember? The further your gaze twists back, the more your whole body will twist back. In triangle, we inhale and lift. Exhale. Ooh, the core comes back. It's a puzzle. It's like a tumbler in a lock and a door. And we're constantly working that puzzle of your spine. I just love it. Your first balance of the day, we find half moon. Right here, a block can be really helpful, or a book. So grab your Harry Potter if needed. All right. Half moon, we lift. Couple of things. Find the hip. Always initiate from your spine. Open up through the spine. Then the heart. Twist the core. Your eyes travel across the ceiling, up to your hand. Flex the foot. We get long. This is a hip and spine worker for 3. Neck mobility. Look up at the thumb if possible. 2. Oh, you get to tap back. Woo, woo. Say, surf on my rug here. And back, chaturanga, down, down. We cartwheel. You are out of there. Maybe you're one-footed. Maybe you drop the knees. Forward. Roll your ankles inward. Take 3 full breaths here. Think opposition. Pushing away from the wrists. Ribs, finding the bony landmark of your thighs. Tailbone versus heels. All right, friends, before we work your right leg forward, now we're going to work that left leg forward. So you are stepping through. We drop the back foot at 45 and you rise. So make sure you're on the opposite side of your body. You exhale. We drop down. Begin thinking of terms here, spine. Now, if your mind is wandering, if your kids are waking up, if like everything's just really starting to happen in your house, it's okay. Like craziness happens. It's never going to be perfect, right? But you center in on the breath. Bringing your awareness awareness. Now it's going to get uncomfortable. Lots of stuff in life gets uncomfortable. And I promise that once you step off of this mat, your life will be there waiting for you. Right now your mind's like a bird, and like let it land. And just be here now. So you've got equal weight on the edges of your back foot. Spiral the hip forward. Engage through the hamstring. Let's take 2 more breaths. You inhale, you garner energy. Exhale. Go as deeply as the muscle and bone will allow. It's called going to your edge. And you want to get there as soon as possible. Warrior 2, we open up. You become 2-dimensional. Sometimes I see this kind of like crazy stuff. Your knee lights your second toe. Now I push the energy of my leg out towards my pinky toe. That helps me to get more rotation through the leg. Bisects the back. Okay, let's find our opposition point. Shoulders down. Pull the arm out. Let gravity fall through the body. We push up through the arch of your foot. Now can you drag your feet towards one another? 2 more breaths. Get uncomfortable. Focus on the sound of your breath. Inhale. Reverse warrior. Commit to the bend. We reach back. The elbow pulls up. Hang in, guys. 8 minutes. 8 minutes and you're out of here. Tell your kids 8 minutes. And if you've got a fur baby here, just let them. It's kind of fun to have animals around. I have 5 of them. Kids. And we get to straighten, Actually, you don't get to straighten. Side angle. I actually love geometry, and I love this pose. Think of the geometry here, how your leg intersects with the earth, the angles within the arms, the ankle, clear out your wrist. Now here, please, remember that principle, don't work your armpit, right? Like forever, I used to think, oh, I'm stretching, and no, I'm just like showing my armpit. So instead, I'm gonna open up through my core, and I'm gonna plug down through the shoulder, rotating for 3. I know the leg's burning. Knee over ankle, watch out. 2. Oh, yeah, you're out of there. And now, you to straighten up, but don't lock. Through the core, triangle posture. Take the hand across the horizon. Barely set. Lift the hand. We're here 5 breaths. You inhale, you reach and challenge. Exhale, rotate. This is a great one. We're doing these together because these are all the wall postures. That was like crocodile hunter. But this is like yoga hunter, okay? Against the wall. I love crocodile hunter. Couple of ideas here. This is a spine twist. This is to work your core. I see the mistake of people down here sometimes. It's a different posture. Modify. You can even set a block right there on your thigh. 1 more breath. Oh, you get out of there for a sec. As you say hello to half moon. Block just right there north of your pinky toe. Bend, inhale, lift. Now turn the hip open. So this is, if you want a little something fun this morning, we typically do this a few times against a wall then, without, maybe hand on block. And I'm going to work on not working my armpit for you, but on working my core. The last element is I get long, I flex the ankle, I lift my leg as high as it will let me. I take my eyes up to my hand. And we're going to land in a straddle. over second toe. Shoulders go back, you find heart center. I know it's hard, you can do hard things. Use the breath, you hear 4 more. So test an ankle here. See how that ankle strength is going. Let's try both. Feel free to stay here or lift 2 more breaths. Goddess pose. It's okay to shake. It's okay to try hard things. You set the feet, you rise. We jump forward, walk or hop to the front of your mat. Ha. Inhale, we rise. Heart center, dive down. Weight is forward, halfway lift and down. We reset, you rise. Tree pose, balances. Here we go. Transferring weight over onto your right side. Roots come down out of that foot, down into your floor. And see how my foot just lifted? It isn't because I lifted it. It's because I shifted all my body weight in and up. Maybe you find an ankle. I love this angle right here, that little apple on your calf. Or maybe here, opposition, pushing inner thigh against the heel. Find a gaze point that is not yourself and not your teenager that's like eyeing you like you're crazy. Arms draw in. We get tall through the side bodies. Typically you go 8 to 12 breaths in each balance so that you can try it, fall, and retry. But it's a process. Your goal is not to look like me in this posture. The goal is to find out, wow, like what's happening on the bottom of my foot? Oh, I've got some stiffness here in my hip. Wow, at my brain, I am totally worried about something. Maybe you didn't even know it, and it surfaces as we work out. Transferring other side, getting tall, rooting. Now maybe take your weight here. You could practice, take the weight back on the balls of the feet, the heels, and now ground all of your toes, even your ring pinky toe. Weight transfer, take your time. We're not here to jam yourself in a posture so that no one sees you wobble or struggle. People don't see other people. They're really concerned about their own wobble and their own struggle. So they're not thinking about you. Now I'm thinking about you. I know some of you are super practiced yogis and you need to sweat, and I totally get it. I've got love coming for you, I promise. But until these basics are mastered, doing the fancy stuff is almost like a chew toy for your brain, where this can really help chisel your body and make the fancy stuff go further for you. Dancer, we reach behind. We find an ankle. Now maybe you don't find an ankle and you're right here. We find the ankle, you reach high. As you come forward, you kick in opposition. Kick the ankle into the hand. Think upward facing dog in the chest. I bring my hip forward for 5. 4, flat foot stamps up into the earth. Really push your foot down into the earth. 3, 2, 1. Here, one-legged Tadasana. You rise, and maybe you kick out. 5. Higher, come out of the back. 2, 3. You set. Big breath in. Transfer. Knees towards one another. It's energy. Come up. I kick, and that kick into my ankle brings me forward. energy through my heart. Shoulders back, hip down, 2 more. Tadasana, mountain pose. That's our standing pose, very strong, one-legged Tadasana. We come up, roll the thumbs out, open your heart. Yeah, kick the foot. You're reaching up. 5, 4, 3, 2, and we set. You rise high. Good job. Exhale, we come down low. Halfway lift, reach far. And we step, and we step. Now I owe you a hip opener on the other side of your body. So this time take that left leg, open the hip. Or maybe you come in a down dog, bend the knee, crack that hip, open. Now be careful to not dump the weight all off. Weight even through the arms. We draw a big circle. We're going to take that, we're going to come into pigeon. We set the ankle just right next to your wrist. Slide the back hand. You can't sue me, but if you've got knee issues, I'll show you right now how to do it on your back, how to do this. Otherwise, walk the hands out. Friends, you don't want to be off on one butt cheek. Square the hips. A book, like a nice big thick book, can be really nice right under the hip here. Inhale up, exhale down. Here's the option on your back for those of you that are really watching your knees. Take ankle, it's called 4 square, reach behind. Now find the opposition. I'm going to really push my ankle into my knee and push my knee into my ankle. You're in pigeon for 5 more. Practice surrender. Exhale. You've got a lot of feeling going on in that hip. Let the body melt like butter in a microwave. Now I got to get you out of here. Okay, you left. Hit plank and let that leg go. Now you choose if you're going to take pigeon or 4 square. Either way, we fly the knee to the wrist. Walk the foot back as far as it'll let you go. Square the hips off. And down you go. My troops are waking up. Feel heavy. Got that great 4 square option. From here, pigeons, if you'll come into plank, step back, pump your knees. Climb your feet up the wall. Strong legs in waterfall. If you know shoulder stand, feel free to take it. We come on the backs of our arms. You'll notice I have no weight at all on my neck. So here's our shoulder stand. Or stay down. Some of you are like, stay in waterfall, but engage those legs. From here, hands come and interlace. We make a basket for your skull, but let the skull drop into it. Now you want your elbows so open that you can't see them. And here, rather than, it isn't any shoulder junk, okay? None of that. All through the core, we up to the side. So a couple of items. You can set the feet down. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. You have the option to drop the leg. Again, we don't initiate from the neck, but it's core for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rock and roll your spine. Find your tailbone and balance. Now maybe you set those toesies And you're still balanced on your sits bones, and that's great. And we flex. We roll the shoulders back. Maybe Navasana, boat pose. If you need something a little more wild, maybe you see what one leg or both of them can do. We shine the heart forward. Maybe your feet down. You have 2. And 1. We grab, we push. Pin. This is called a bind. You pin the arm, twist the opposite palm. The more you twist it, remember the gaze principle. Look back, gaze back further. It will twist your spine, wringing out your spine. On the other side, we set. You get tall through your spine. It's called binding. We bind the arm, we twist. Okay, friends. 2 to go. Take a bridge to lift. Now I want you to think of massage through your spine down. 1 more up. And down. I know I've gone over time. I'm so sorry. I love yoga. I love teaching some of the stuff that's in this. I think it's just changed me so much. We open, let those legs come out to the side. Here, fall, surrender through your chest. Look the opposite way. If you need something a little spicier, then you maybe straighten out one or both legs. Other side. Spinal twist. Final posture. Shavasana. We've gone through an entire lifetime, right? We started in child's pose and we were born, we were at the earth, and then we grew, we had a work phase. We peaked, we came down, closer to the earth. We've served our purpose, our physical energy, we've expended it. Now let those feet fall out towards the corners of your mat. Let the palms fall open, closing your eyes. Tongue slides into the back of your throat. Corpse pose, symbol of the death of our practice. Take between 1 and 20 minutes. The body will start to cool off. I can't keep you here all day, so let's take 3 more breaths. You roll into fetal position, symbol of rebirth and renewal. Wiggle the fingers, toes, open the eyes. You come to a seated place. Hands, it's weightless to overhead. Find the heart. Find the seat of intuition or the third eye. Knowing that what you have to offer is enough. And that in the gift of you, you can change lives. You are necessary and you are needed. Namaste means the light in me recognizes the light in you. To one another we bow and say, Namaste. Good job, friends. It was so good to work out with you. Please leave any comments, any requests. Our next workout will be a Tabata workout. And please share or link any books that you find have really been transformational in your health journey. I love you all. Bye.